Thank you very much, Christine. My name is Ron Dietel. I come from CRESST at UCLA, and I'm going to share with you some suggestions for making effective presentations this afternoon. What a good topic, huh? First of all, don't pick a really bad PowerPoint template like this one. Secondly, be careful what you put on a slide. All right? I call this a presentation on a single slide. Trying to get too much just makes it unclear, makes it difficult for people to read. Now, another one of my favorite ones are tables. Now, can you see those? Put your hands up if you can read that way in the back. I bet you can't, but have you seen a few of these, maybe in the last couple days? I bet you have. How about models? The best thing about this one is it's not from education. This comes from business. Boy, can you have a few more arrows that point to things that are really non-significant or not even labeled? Okay, education. We're not the only ones who have some presentation issues. All right, so I'm going to really have two major tips. The first one is less is more. The less information that you're going to share is actually going to be better for your presentation. And secondly, practice makes perfect. I don't think you can miss with these two tips, and I'm looking forward to your next great presentation. A lot of people ask me about audience. Who are you communicating to? I think if you try to communicate in language your mother or someone else not working in education can understand, that you reach all these other groups as well. All right, so what about how do we cut that content down? Well, I don't think we need to cover really that much literature in generally speaking. Cover one research question instead of 4 or 5. Limit and simplify your charts and tables and figure about 1 minute per slide that you're going to be putting up. So here's an example. I took that really busy one and I made it a little simpler. All right, actually a lot simpler. Just one research question, just one really key finding, and recommendations. What do we want people to do, for example? Here's my rule for better PowerPoints, the 666 rule. 6 bullets per page, 6 words per bullet, 6 information points on graphics. Add that all up and you got 18. 18-point font size. Try it, see if it doesn't work. Take a look at this one, for example. Now this hopefully communicates pretty well. We can see between these 2 years, well, the basic achievement level has stayed the same for this particular group. Pretty easy to read, and just 5 basic information points. Making a table, if you really have to, I don't really think it's always a great idea, but use the least possible number of cells. Make the table yourself. You can do it. You're very talented, creative people. Round numbers, 2 digits maximum. Keep it simple. Here's an example of that. I even did this one. Okay, so you don't have to have a graphic artist to create effective tables or charts. You can do it. I know you can. Okay, here's some ways to get attention. Well, of course, you can keep your clothes on. That's one thing for sure, but ask a question is one way to get started. Or have a provocative fact or visual. Maybe not too provocative, but okay. Or have the audience do something. Take a poll. Well, how do we keep their attention? Well, it's effective use of eye contact. Try to move your eyes around the room so that you're actually looking at people and that they're looking at you. Smile. I'm not a real smiley person, but it can help. Your hands. Try not to grasp onto the podium, all right? At any rate. What about practicing? Now, how many of you practiced your last presentation? You don't have to tell me, I know. Probably not enough. Practice 3 to 4 times, wherever it is. I mean, I can see all these people down here, they were practicing just as they were getting ready to come up here. Technology, logistics, expect a naked room. Figure things aren't going to work quite right. Make sure you're audible. Don't push that microphone away like I saw people do yesterday. And check your technology to make sure it works. Get to your room early. It's a big help. What about verbal? This is a difficult way to slow down, but truly slow down. Restate your big point, especially at the very end, and avoid that very common phrase that we hear, more research is needed. Bring your materials. Hey, I've seen people like forget their presentation. Hey, make sure you've got everything. Make a list. If something goes wrong, don't make excuses. I like to avoid PowerPoint notes because you might read your slides. So remember, there are 2 really major tips, and I know it's going to improve your next presentation. Less is more, and make sure you practice. Practice makes perfect. I just want to thank AERA for doing this session. I want to thank all of you for your attention. I'd love to hear from you. You can contact me at ron@ucla.edu. And I'm looking forward to your next great presentation. Thank you.